I don't know if anybody's here. It's been a while. Let me know. I'm gonna do some other things while I wait for this to fill up. If anybody does show up, I know it's Sunday night, so might be a little light, but I don't know. Felt like talking to you guys. Felt like doing a stream. I hadn't done one in a while. Anybody who's there, let me know. How you guys doing? It has been a while. I think December, right? I haven't done this since December. Oh, hey, Carter Ryan. Hey, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while. I'm glad you're enthused. I'm glad. I got a little discouraged. There was a guy, I don't know who it was. Somebody posted on my thing on the last stream like, "Hey man, nobody wants to see you talk about books." And I will and it kind of discouraged me a little bit from doing this. Yeah, long time no see. Yeah, I know. December. I think the last it was right before New Year's. I think it was like December 30th. I want to say 29th. It was last year. It was still 2023. So it's been a while. It's been 3 months. I mean, almost. I wasn't sure if I was missing these or if you weren't doing them or I've been busy. Yeah, same here. I've been busy. I haven't been doing them. I haven't done one since December, Carter. So you didn't miss anything. Don't worry. I just like I said, it's multiple things. I got really busy. I started a new business. So I've actually started a blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I started another business. So I've been real busy and it's been booming. So I've been busy. Same as you, Carter. I feel you. That was most of it, and then some of it was like I said, I that guy. There was a guy on my last stream who just said something. He said a really mean comment. Like he basically was like, oh my God, nobody wants to hear you talk about books, man." I'm like, this is an audiobook channel. I talked to my fiance, like I mentioned that to her, and she's like, "What? Like that makes no sense. Like if you're an audiobook channel, why wouldn't you talk about books? Why wouldn't you talk about books?" Like I could see she said, "Well, yeah, if you did like a car channel and you talk about books, yeah, I could see why you'd be mad about that, but it's audiobooks. You know, it's books. It's at least something book related. I know it's audiobooks, but you would think people would want to like what are you doing? I don't know. I mean, I know I had the picture. I have the Palpatine. I had the whatever the robot chicken Palpatine. So maybe he was expecting that, but like that's already been uploaded a million times. So it's I don't know. I don't know what he expected, but whatever. I'm over it. Wow, this is filling up fast. That's awesome. Good luck in your endeavors. Thank you, Carter. Thank you. It's been going very well. It's been going very well. So I might talk about it later. I don't want to get too into it right now. I don't want to get too bogged down, but I appreciate it, Carter. I appreciate the positive vibes. Tony Washington, I'm listening to the New Rebellion right now. I'm liking it. Great. New Rebellion's great. I'm warming up to Bantam a lot more. I used to be more of a like NJO Del Rey guy. I'm starting to. I mean, I like both. I've always liked both. But I'm warming up more to the older Del Rey, or sorry, Bantam. I used to be back in the day. I was more of a Del Rey guy. I'm more of a Bantam guy the older I'm getting, I think. But yeah, glad you're liking it, Tony. Great. Um, I got a new AI. I got a new AI that's better, and I think you guys are gonna like it. The Patreon people have already gotten a taste of it. So you'll well in probably a week. I'll start putting that the new you'll start hearing the new AI. So you guys will like it. Bro is definitely an iPad kid. Yeah, an iPad kid. Yeah, man. Yeah, is that the new like? I've been hearing that been thrown around. Is that like the new that's the alphas, right? Is that the Gen alphas? Or is that just like you're gonna have to Carter, you're gonna have to school me on I know that's like kind of like the what you would call like the brain dead people, whatever you want to call them. You're gonna have to tell me, give me more details, Carter, on that. But yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Carter. I think I know what you're trying to say, but it's all good. Hey, you know what? Um, I don't know. I wasn't that upset. I was just kind of like it just discouraged me a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not worried about it. But thanks, Carter. Um, any thoughts on doing the oldest Tom Clancy material? Yeah, I want to. There are people that have already uploaded. If you're talking about like you're talking about OG Tom Clancy stuff, I think it's all pretty much on YouTube. Like Hunt for Red October and all the original run. I think those are all on there. They're already all on YouTube. And I did, by the way, if you want some behind the scenes stuff, I did try to upload Rainbow Six, and it wouldn't let me do it. At least it was unabridged. It was the unabridged. I think it was tape converted to CD. Because Rainbow Six is not on here. That's I think pretty much all of them are on here except Rainbow Six and maybe Bear and the Dragon, like some of the later ones. But um, I mean, I can transcribe them. I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it at some point. Definitely Rainbow Six because I love Rainbow Six. The book, like the games are great too. At least the original ones. Um, but oh yeah, those are definitely in the works. I'm just doing the kind of doing the the David Michaels stuff because it's nobody's doing that. I'm the only person that has those, and there's not many left. There's just the I think there's three N War books, so I got two more N War books, and then I got I think Hawks, and that's it. That's it for David Michaels because I think Hawks was the last either Hawks or the last N War book was the last David Michaels book, and then they stopped. They dropped David Michaels' name. They stopped doing David Michaels stuff after that. So that's it. So I think it's just three books. It's just the two other N Wars and Hawks, and that's it. So I'll probably do those first, and then I'll work on trying to get the other Tom Clancy stuff. Because yeah, I'm very Tony. I'm very interested in it. I love Tom Clancy. Anybody that's I don't I've never had a chance to really talk about Tom Clancy on here. I hardly anybody ever asked about it, even though those are my highest viewed videos. Like if you look at my audiobooks, I think the top two are like Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon, I think. Those are my most viewed ones, but nobody talks about them. I think it's just because people like it's just people that just watch it and they don't it's probably older people that don't really care about, talking on YouTube or whatever. They just you know, whatever. They just watch it and they move on or whatever. Love the N War books. Yeah, the first one's pretty good. I haven't read any of the sequels. I'll admit I haven't read them. I need to finish the game. I played it back in the day. I think I did. I think I played it all the way through once back in the day, back when it came out. Um, but yeah. N War is really underrated. Like the game, definitely. Even the books. I think the books are kind of underrated. I mean, Red Storm Rising. Sorry, Red Storm Rising is better um than N War, but they're both good. I mean, N War is kind of like it's like the abridged version of it because like um Red Storm Rising is like it's like a freaking phone book. It's like 700 pages, but they're both good. And more is I agree. It's underrated. It's good. Do you read any no nonfiction history? Yeah, I've read some. I've read man, it's been a while. I have to admit, I probably haven't read much since high school and college. I'm not gonna lie to you, Harder. Um, I do though. I have. It's been a while. I want to read. what is that book? Rome. Like there's a book about Rome that's basically like it's like the whole history of Rome kind of summed up in like one big novel. Um, I want to read that. Um, I'm reading Shogun. I've started reading Shogun, and that's sort of I know it's like fictionalized. It's half and half, I think, because it is based on actual events. I started reading that. I put it aside for now because I wanted to read. There's some other stuff I'm reading, but that's sort of related to what you're talking about. So yes, and no is your answer to that. What are your impressions on the Darkness trilogy? I see you did them already. I like them. I like Darkness. I know that's it's very divisive, isn't it? Or I think it's mostly disliked, isn't it? Like most people don't like it. I think I'm in the minority there. I like most of Troy Denning's books. I like most of them. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. I like most of his books. I don't like all of them, but I like most of his books, and I like those. So I enjoy them. They aren't like top tier, but they're good. They're like solid Bs. I mean, I can talk about it more if you want. The I like the prequel. I like that they tied in all the prequel stuff to the post ROTJ EU. That's what I liked about it. I like that. I liked it focused on Jason a lot. I like that they spent a lot of time with Jason. Um, in everything like the fallout of NJO and stuff. They're the last. I probably am a little biased because they're the last. They're literally the last books were before he turned to the dark side, and I like everything pre Jason turning to the dark side. I'm not wild about everything after that, so I'm a little biased. Yeah, nonfiction. I knew what you meant. Yeah, that's it. Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire. Yeah, I want to read that. I've heard that's very, very good. Like if you just want to read a good summary of, I'm interested in that. I've always been interested in like Greece and Rome and um just ancient history. I like ancient history a lot. That's probably my favorite. I like ancient history and I like colonial history. I like you know the U.S. colonies and stuff. But I like ancient history a lot. I have not Witched in the Darkness. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. It's very give it a shot, even if you don't like it. Just give it a shot. I can see why people don't like it because it's kind of it laid the groundwork for a lot of things that a lot of people don't like. Like obviously Jason falling to the dark side and Janet kind of starts acting weird. Like I'll admit it's where things start getting a little weird. It's because it's the Denning verse. People call that like basically the beginning of the Denning verse. Everything that's the unofficial name of everything after NJO until the buyout, the Disney buyout is the Denning verse because he took the helm at that point. But to me it's an epilogue to the NJO. That's probably why I like it because it's basically an epilogue to the NJO, and the NJO is my favorite part of the EU. So greetings, Mazurcade. I might be messing that up. Sorry. Greetings. You didn't say dark greetings. I'm surprised you didn't say that. Carteret, Napoleon in Egypt by Paul Strathern is a very good read. A really good read. Okay, I'll check it out. I'm semi interested in Napoleon. I'm not a huge Napoleon movie or Napoleon fan. I heard that new movie that came out was like really bad. I almost watched it. Like I might still just watch it out of like morbid curiosity, but I heard like even people like Napoleon said it's really bad. Like it's just like really boring and I don't know. I've heard almost no positive things about it. So if I had heard some positive things, like even like if I heard almost no positive things about it, so I didn't even bother watching it. And it's Ridley Scott, I think, isn't it? Which is weird. It's weird. He must be like losing his touch because even his bad movies are usually good. Like I like Prometheus, and that's kind of one of his more mediocre movies, and even that's worth watching. That's worth watching. It's not worth watching. Okay, good, good to know. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it was just like I heard it was really boring. That was more like I can deal like if it was just like stupid and it was like it was just over the top and silly. I wish it would have been that. I wish it had just been like over the top, ridiculous, silly, stupid. Because I can watch a movie like a bad movie if it's just over the top and like ridiculous and dumb. But if it's boring, is Carter? Is it boring? If it's boring, I'm not gonna bother. I'd rather just read a book or something. So yeah, I heard that too. Weirdly, there are several graphic sex scenes. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard there's like really weird. Like it's just really weird. It's like boring and weird and like really awkwardly. It's just really like a really awkward movie. I've heard. Yeah. So no, I'm not gonna. Nah, I won't bother with it. Maybe I'll watch like clips of the battle scenes. And I've heard there's like barely any battles in it. Isn't that? There's like barely any battles in it. It's mostly just like, isn't it just like him and um, what's her name? Not Marie. Was it Marie Antoinette or whoever it was that um he fooled around with or whatever? It's like that's like the whole most of the movie, isn't it? It's just him and like it's just really boring or something. God, I'm losing people. We're talking about Napoleon, so I'm losing people, but it's all right. It's fine. I wasn't gonna do this real long. I just wanted to. I hadn't talked to you guys in a while, so I just wanted to kind of catch up a little bit. Um, Carter, let me know. Carter, like, is it boring? Like, what you got to give me? Tell me what have you seen it? I'm assuming you've seen it because you're talking about it. Let me know what the scoop is. Is it like is it just really is it boring? Is it just weird? Is it that's mainly what I heard was boring. And I watch any movie as long as it's not boring, even a bad movie. If it's just even if it's crap, even I like crappy movies. I can watch a crappy movie as long as it's entertaining. Like I'm trying to think of a good example. Um, I can't think of a good example. Mm, like Mystery Science Theater kind of stuff. I don't know if guys know what that is. Like I don't know, like Robot Wars. I think that's the name of the movie. Robot. I'm just pulling this out of the top of my head here. It's like it's like a really I mean say it's horrible, but it's just really cheesy and like stupid. But at least it has claymation robots fighting in it, so it's worth watching for that. At least those scenes and like really over the top hammy acting. It's 2 hours Napoleon obsessing over his wife, which is historically accurate but wild for a movie plot. Okay, yeah, so it's boring, is what you're saying. It's boring. Yeah, see, that's the worst kind of bad movie. Is a boring bad movie. Who else misses classic claymation? Oh yeah, I never. It's funny. I think I just missed that. Like, I think. Trying to think. No, I shouldn't say that. Neverending Story because I saw Neverending Story 2 or 3, whichever one came out in the 90s, and I think that had claymation in it. So I caught the tail end of that. Claymation was pretty much dying by the time I was a kid. It was pretty much replaced with CGI by the time I was a kid. Um, so yeah, no, but yeah, like in hindsight and stuff, like stuff I've seen, it's really cool. I like it. It can be a little jerky. It depends on what it is. Depends on the movie and like depends on what you're doing with it. But for the most part, I like it. Yeah. Like if it's like anything else. It's like CGI. It can be overdone. I think that's kind of what happened, isn't it? It kind of got overused. Like it was like in the 80s, like 70s, 80s, 70s, 80s. It was like every movie had claymation, so it kind of got overused and people got tired of it. It's like what like CGI. Because CG people have that with CGI. We have that with CGI now. It's just overused and like, everybody's tired of it. His Never-Ending Story, the movie where the kid gets taken in an alien ship and gets interrogated by the U.S. government. No, um that's The Last Starfighter, I think. Isn't that what you're talking about? That doesn't have aliens. The Never-Ending Story, he goes into a book. He goes inside, he gets sucked inside of a book. Kind of like Mist. I don't know if you know what Mist is. Mist, I can think Mist took that from that. I think you're talking about The Last Starfighter. Pretty sure that's what you're talking about. When I was a kid, Land of the Lost had some great claymation. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, my dad loves that show. That was my dad's favorite show as a kid. Um, you know what? Don't hate me for this. I like the Will Ferrell movie. I thought it's cheesy, but it's good cheese. Like it's they were in that's the thing too. I don't know if you know this. I don't even know if you know it. There was a movie with Will Ferrell, I think came out like 2009, somewhere around there. Um, that and they were gonna have the original cast in it. The original people from the show were gonna be in it. And I think their scenes got cut. They had to cut their scenes or something, but they were gonna be in it, which that was such a missed opportunity. I really wish they hadn't cut those scenes because even I guess they figured like people going to see it wouldn't like millennials and stuff wouldn't they wouldn't know who they are. But I would have appreciated that. I would have known it, and the older fans would have known it. I know because of my dad, but um, I love that kind of stuff. I love when they do that. I do as long as it's done tastefully, like it's done well. Like when they did that with what did they do that with? Didn't they do that with God? They used to do stuff like that all the time. They're Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman movie. I like that. I like when they had Linda Carter in there, and I liked it. I don't know. I like Linda Carter though. Tony, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't even grow up in that era. Like I only know that through my mom, and I still like Linda Carter. I watched reruns. I do remember watching reruns of that of the Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman TV show. Wonder Woman is very underutilized, I think. Really, she's like I don't get it. Like especially nowadays, we're we're all about putting women, putting women in things, and it's like Wonder Woman is just not. You want a strong female character, there you go, right there, and she just gets pushed by the wayside. I don't know. They just don't. They did. The first movie is great. They did the first movie. The second movie, not so good, but okay, you can recover from that. Do another movie, do a TV show, do Wonder Girl TV show, something. Like I don't get it. She's such a cool character. She has such a cool like background and lore and origin, and there's so much you could do with that. And I don't know what DC is ran by buffoons. Like I know at least their film division, like Warner Brothers. I haven't even really dug all that deep, but I know like Kevin Smith, just from things from I've just heard from just from other people, like Kevin Smith and has worked with them, and he doesn't even he has a whole thing where I don't know if you guys know who Kevin Smith is, but I'm I don't want to go on too big of a tangent, but he's like basically a comic book guy, and he's wrote for some movies and stuff. And he'll go to conventions and stuff, and he talks about how Warner Brothers, like they don't even know. They'll just go on these weird tangents. He'll like, okay, we're writing a movie for Superman, and the one guy was like, we got to have spiders. We gotta have giant spiders. And he's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's a Superman. Okay, Superman, fight giant spiders. Okay, whatever. And we gotta have him fight bears, and we gotta have giant robots and all the like. And he's like, okay, it's like they don't get it. They just do not. They are just complete buffoons. And it was the same thing with Green Lantern. I think the Green Lantern movie. He's like, we gotta have jets. We gotta have tons of jet fighting scenes, tons of jets. Like, okay, yeah, I get that his origin involves jets, but like the half the movie doesn't have to be about jets. But the guy was like, jets. We got jet planes all over the place, and make the whole movie about jet planes. Okay, they're just buffoons. I'm sorry, and I don't know why I'm not. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying I'm sorry, but DC is just ran by buffoons, and it's sad to see because their characters get totally squandered. They get a few. They get one competent person in there, and then they get a decent movie out of it. But it's so rare nowadays. It's been rare the whole time. But anyway, I'm sorry I went off on a weird tangent there. Yeah, Linda Carter. Yeah, I totally agree. They could do so much. It's now is the perfect time for Wonder Woman. I don't get it. I don't get why they're totally squandering it. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. They hardly do anything with her. Wonder Girl even less. They don't do anything with Wonder Girl. I know I think they were gonna do a CW show or something. I don't know. Do something. Do something with her. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're almost like they're doing more with Aquaman than they're doing with Wonder Woman. I don't get it. It's just it's executives. It's stupid. It's dumb, out of touch executives. It's DC's always been playing catch up with Marvel in the movies department in the past, really the past like quarter century. Really honestly since I would say since X-Men, they've been playing catch up and they just never caught up. They need to stop playing catch up. They need to just do their own thing, which I thought they were going to do with for a while there. Like I had hope there with Suicide Squad and stuff like they were trying to do something a little different. I don't know why. Like, I know Suicide Squad. That was a mess from the get go. But anyway, we don't have to keep talking about that. You guys aren't asking me any questions. That the chat's just like ground to a halt here. So I'm just going on weird tangents, talking about weird executives, talking about Wonder Woman and um Green Lantern and stuff. I I don't know what they've said about Wonder Woman. I just know um I don't know. They're just weird, man. They just do the stupidest things. Let's see. Anyone else find it wild that the new Wonder Woman is an Israeli from the Amazon who's an American superhero? Yeah. Um yeah, I wasn't wild about it has nothing to do with her ethnicity or anything. I just wasn't wild about Gal Gadot from the get-go. She's too skinny. She's too like Wonder Woman needs to be at least somewhat buff. Like at least a little buff. She was not. She was way too thin, at least in that first movie. They bulked her up a little bit later on, but um I wasn't wild about her as Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'll agree with you there for different reasons, but Warner Brothers Discovery stock is not good under $9. Lots of trouble in that company. Yeah, they have not been managed well. They've been ran by buffoons for I would say at least the past 20. The see everybody. I remember people used to, the Batman movies. The Nolan Batman movies. They're fantastic. They're flukes. Those were flukes. Those were good despite DC, not because of DC. That was Christopher Nolan. That was the only reason those movies were any good. That was the only reason because basically they just handed they just handed Christopher Nolan the reins and just said do what you want. That was the only reason those movies were any good. There's behind the scenes stuff with that too. I think they wanted him to do really stupid things. Like I think when there's something with like I could have sworn there was something with Scarecrow. They didn't like Scarecrow. Um they wanted to get rid of Scarecrow. They didn't like his voice. They didn't like him being scary or something. Like there's tons of stuff. That movie Batman Begins almost got totally ruined. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's tons of things that they almost totally destroyed because they're buffoons. I love DC, but they're buffoons. They're ran by buffoons. Love Gal Gadot before Wonder Woman. Yeah, I agree. It's I was never wild about her from the get-go. She got better. She got better as it went along. That first Wonder Woman movie was good. The first one was good. She had one good movie. Batman v Superman, eh. Wonder Woman 1, good. Wonder Woman 2, not good. So she had one good movie at least. One actually really good. I would say that was very good. That's a solid movie. That first movie. How do you think Marvel can survive under the Disney overlords hellbent on destroying them? Yeah, they're having the same. You know what's funny? Yeah, Marvel's having the same problem. I think Marvel's problem was just oversaturation. They were just pumping them out. I don't think they had executive meddling as much. It was more just oversaturation. They're just pumping them out, man. Everybody got tired of it. They just pumped them out constantly every 6 months. There was a Marvel movie. People, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's superhero fatigue. It's sat oversaturation. They're doing the same thing with Star Wars. They're doing the same exact thing with Star Wars. They just pump it out every 6 months. There's a new Star Wars show, and they just crank it out, and it's not good. It's quantity over quality, and that always ends up backfiring sooner or later. So Marvel will survive. They'll be around. Hey, you know what? Even when a movie bombs, like even their flops, don't their flops still do pretty well? They still make hundreds of millions of dollars, don't they? Like I know they put hundreds of millions into them. They put like 500 million into them, but they still make 300 million or something. So I mean, what they need to do is just scale it back. Just do the one of the few smart things DC did was that Joker movie. That Joker movie, that was one of the smartest things they ever did. They just did made a really small movie. The budget for that movie is nothing. It was like 20 million or something, and it made like $1 billion. That's what they need to do. Make smaller, do the horror movie, do like horror movies. Um, do the horror movie logic. Do real small budget movies and go from there. Because even if it doesn't have to make a ton of money, and it's probably going to be better because you don't have executive meddling and stuff. Just give some guy out of film school 20 million and say, hey, make a you know um I don't know, make a Harley Quinn movie. Here's 20 million, whatever. I can't. I'm trying to think of another character. Question. Make a question movie. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Make a question movie or an Hour Man movie for 20 million. Here you go. Boom. Make a low budget. Not as necessarily low budget, but make something like that. It could be great. It'd be great. You don't have a bunch of stupid CGI and stuff in it. Just have, do like, low street level stuff. And that's part of it too, I think, is like the street level stuff is the best stuff, I think, personally. Once you get into like flying around space and it gets stupid. It gets too far away from what superheroes are supposed to be, in my opinion. Unless you're doing like a Superman or something like that, but like, Batman's at his best when he's on the streets. He's fighting street level crime and stuff. Daredevil, those kinds of characters. They're they're it's at best when street level, personally. That's my belief. Don't even bring up Disney Star Wars, I'll throw up. Yeah, I try not to. Sorry. I really try not to. Do you know about the Star Wars Battlefront remake with 64 player multiplayer? Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I heard about that. That comes out in a few days, doesn't it? Or is it April? I don't know. It comes out soon, I thought. It's a re-release. It's just they're just re-releasing the originals, the ones everybody wants. But yeah, oh yeah, I'll be all over that. I'll be on there for sure. Maybe I'll live stream that. Maybe I'll do that because that's EU. Oh yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that because that's technically EU. Those are EU technically. Those games. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I might do that. When do those come out? I can look real quick. I want to say I don't know. I thought maybe it was next month. March 14th. Okay, so awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll live stream those. Yeah, that's the ones everybody wants. Those are on PC. I could live stream those. I might be able to do it through my Xbox. I'll figure it out. I might have to do that. I'll do something with those. I know I don't do gaming stuff on here much, but Disney's movie, The Marvels, lost 100 million last year. Okay, yeah, they're losing money because they're like I said, they're going too big. Do a Joker type movie. That's what they need to do. Do a Joker. Like a $20 million movie. So it doesn't have to make that much. There'll be people that will see it. There's such hardcore fans that watch everything, even if it's complete garbage. They'll watch it. So yeah, I know they are losing money. I know that. I mean, let me correct myself. I know they are losing money. Like, I mean, I think I said that they're losing money, but that's because they're going too big. The 100, 400, $500 million movies they're not gonna make that kind of money anymore. I'd watch. I think yeah, it's 14th. It's the 14th. I'll be all over that. Trust me. I'll probably try to stream that at least a little bit. At least maybe on the day it comes out because it's EU. It's EU, guys. I got to do it. It would fit in with the channel. It's relevant. It's relevant. It's EU. Hey there. Oh yeah, I remember you. SJH photo. Yeah, I do the expanded universe. I prefer. I mean, you can call it Legends. Yeah, I prefer to call it expanded universe. But yeah, Legends, Star Wars Legends. Yep, that's me. I do other things too. I do lots of things. We were talking about Tom Clancy earlier because I do Tom Clancy. I do tons of different things. Marvel and Star Wars need to know their fan base. Girls into Star Wars and Marvels don't care about feminist stuff. They want to see space wizards and Hulk smashing stuff. Yeah, totally. You're totally agree with you. Yeah, my fiance is a Star Wars fan. She doesn't care about the feminism. She don't care about that. She just wants good movies. That's all. I prefer expanded universe too. I just couldn't remember you if you're the one. Yeah, you're fine. It's fine. I don't get mad at people who call it Legends. It's fine. I just prefer it. That's the Disney rebranding of it, so I just prefer not to call it that. It's always going to be the expanded universe to me. I've been rereading children's books, mostly mysteries from my childhood. Yeah, that's cool. There's a guy, there's a guy that does those. It's YJK Audiobooks. He does Hardy Boys and uh I can't remember the other one. The girl version of it. He does those. You probably like his stuff. I have a lot of work to do, so I thought I'd just check in for a bit. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, good to see you, SJ Photo. Oh, not Hardy Boys. Okay. I don't know. Sorry, you just said children's mysteries. So that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Sorry. Sorry. Didn't know. I love finding old used EU books that don't say legends on them. Oh yeah. I don't buy I mean I'm sure you know this, Carter. I don't buy the legends branded ones. I do not. For two reasons. One, I don't want to give Disney any money. And two, I don't like the Legends logo. I don't like it saying that on it. That we're basically branding it like that. It's expanded universe. Sorry, it's not Legends. Ever thought about doing Star Trek audiobooks? There's a lot of them. Yes, I want to do them. There's other people that do them though. I almost did Prometheus. There's a little mini series called Star Trek Prometheus. And I'm probably gonna do it still at some point. I almost did it, but I was just busy with other things. I've got so much stuff. I mean, running my businesses, and then obviously you guys. I have my Patreon people. I'm, I just, man, it's hard to squeeze in different things, but yeah, I plan on doing them. Don't worry. Let me know, Tony, if you even know what I'm talking about. If you're interested. I mean, I'm assuming you're interested in any Star Trek, but About you're talking about the three investigators. Okay, I've heard of that. That sounds vaguely familiar. Trixie Belden, McGurk organization. Okay. Sorry, I'm not a big mystery person. I don't dislike them, but I've never been. I read a little bit of Hardy Boys, but I was never a big mystery guy. I'm much more. What's wrong? Oh, you over? Are you listening? Oh, I don't have anything against it. Hey, you could join. You could join in the conversation here if you want. No, it's fine. You can just talk. You don't have to be in the shot. Okay, no problem. It's just Hardy Boys and Ancient Drew, the same six plots. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard they. That's. I think that's why I stopped reading them because I read them as a kid and I'm like they started getting repetitive after like the second or third one. It was like how many gold chests can they find underneath behind a clock or something. It got repetitive pretty quick. I still have a lot of all my EU books for the Legends brand. Good man. Cherish those. They're going up in value, by the way. Collectors, like anybody that's watching this, they're all the pre Disney stuff, all of it is all like you can sell. I mean, I have when I get doubles of things, I resell them and even common stuff. People will pay extra. People will pay an extra like even stuff like Truce Bakura or whatever, just like real common books. People will pay an extra 10-15 bucks for them without to not have the Legends banners on them. So keep them, guys, or if you want to flip them or whatever, do it. The only Star Trek books I like to read the Shatnerverse books. Yeah, and I want to read those. We talked about those. I want to read those. Um I want to read more Star Trek books, period. Like I want to get through the shows first. I'm almost done. We're on Deep Space Nine right now. So that's the last one I gotta finish. I've watched every other show. That's the only one of classic Trek. It's getting really good. So I'm enjoying it. But I'll get to Star Trek stuff, don't worry, guys. Sadly, I lost all my books when I was a kid in a house fire. I've slowly been rebuilding up my collection recently. Oh, I feel you. Yeah, we had a house fire too. I lost some stuff. We both lost stuff. So I feel you. It sucks. You'll get there. Don't worry. You'll rebuild it. It's kind of fun. Like in a way, it's kind of fun doing that. You know, you just the hunt, the thrill of the hunt or whatever. But yeah, I feel bad. I feel you, Carter. I know how that goes. Those books are probably before your time. Probably. Yeah, it's before my time. Sorry. Even Hardy Boys is too, but those are in print. Like you can find those everywhere. They keep those in print. I'm mostly an original series snob. Yeah, to TOS, right? Yeah, TOS is great. They're all great. I mean, all Star Trek's just great in general. All the classic tracks are all great. Personally, I like all of them. Everything up till Enterprise, like Enterprise and before. So, but yeah, you would be like I don't know if you know what a Gen Oneer is. That's a Pokemon thing. You would be a Gen Oneer of Star Trek. The Gen Oneers are the people that only like first generation Pokemon. They don't like anything else. You're the Star Trek equivalent of that, Tony. I did like Hardy Boys and H.E. Grew TV show in the 70s. Yeah, they did. I'd heard that. I know they did. They've done tons of stuff. They've done movies. Haven't they? They've done like tons of movies and TV shows with those, haven't they? They're still pretty popular, I think, right? I think they're still pretty popular. My favorite EU is Era's Bantam. Yeah, I think I agree with you. It's tough. I really like the NJO a lot. I really really like the NJO. It's tough. It's a really close tie for me for Bantam and NJO. I grew up with TNG. Yeah. Um. We've talked about this. I don't want to get too deep into it. But I just missed TNG and DS9. I was a Voyager kid. I grew up with Voyager. Thank you for uploading N-War recently. Yeah, of course, Sir Jacob. I knew that make you happy. I knew I got my Tom Clancy fans on here. I know you guys are small, but you guys. I'm glad to make you guys happy. If you like horror books for kids, I just reread the Private School series by Stephen Charles. Sounds vaguely familiar. I'll have to check it out. Um, I like Goosebumps. I was a Goosebumps kid. If you're talking about kids horror, I like Goosebumps. It involves wolf-like aliens, not werewolves. Oh, that sounds interesting. Lol, that Pokemon analogy. Yeah, yeah, you got that, huh, Carter? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you're not the only one. My favorite Nancy Drew movies are from the 30s. Yeah, man, they were doing them that long ago. Wow. Oops. That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know they were doing that long. Bonita Granville is cute. Sorry, I don't know who that is. I believe you, but I don't know who that is. Dude, there's nobody else on here putting David Michaels books. Yeah, I'm the only one. I'm the only person doing David Michaels. I'm literally the only guy. And there's not many people doing Tom Clancy stuff, period. I want to do more Tom Clancy stuff. Jacob, you weren't here, but I tried to upload Rainbow Six. They wouldn't take it. It delisted it, whatever. So I'm gonna have to do my own version of it because it was the tape version, I think, and it said nope, copyright, and wouldn't let me do it. So it'll get done. Don't worry. That's gonna be an endeavor. Oh my, that's a long book. That's like I think the audiobook is like 30 hours. It's like 28 hours, I think, or something. It's a crazy. That's an amazing book, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys have read. I know I was kind of talking about this earlier, but Rainbow Six, great book. I'll move on. Goosebumps was 90s. Private School was early 80s. Yeah. Okay. So like pre Goosebumps. Yeah. Goosebumps was barely 90s. It started, the first book came out in like 92. It's almost 80s. It's like very beginning of the 90s. Bonita Granville's the actress who played Nancy Drew in the 30s. Okay. Man, she's got to be. I would assume she's passed away. I mean, good lord. She was playing somebody in the 30s. Unless she was like a little kid or something. Well, I guess Nancy Drew would have been a little kid, so she might still be alive. Cardinal and the Kremlin and I mean, I'm assuming you mean Debt of Honor are two others I like. Oh yeah, Clancy's great. Clancy is great. Oh yeah, those are up there. Yeah, definitely Cardinal. I thought Debt of Honor drags a little bit. I like it, but it drags. His later books kind of drag, except for Rainbow Six. But that's my only complaint about Clancy is his later books get really bloated. Like he'll just go on weird tangents where he'll talk about like what the radio operator had for lunch. It gets a little monotonous. But they're all worth reading. But those are good choices. I would say Cardinals in probably my top three, and Debt's probably in my top five for his books. They're both really good. All his books are good. They're all good. Have you read 1984? Oh yes, yes. Excellent book. I read it in high school. I have not read it. I've not read it as an adult. I need to reread it. My fiance read it. I had my fiance read it like 4 years ago, 3, 4 years ago, and she really liked it. I need to reread it. But I really enjoyed it. It's a great book, and it was very, very ahead of its time. Definitely on like surveillance and stuff. He was way ahead of his time. Um, I think I would I do think Huxley. If you want to read another book like that, Jacob, read Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I think he got more he nailed our society, I think, more than Orwell did. Orwell got the technology, like surveillance, he got that part right, and Huxley got the society part right, like what our society would turn into. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil anything. But Brave New World, Jacob. I highly recommend it. If you like 1940, you'll love that book. They're both fantastic. I don't like Tom Clancy because of all the vulgar language. I like Clive Cussler. He doesn't curse nearly anywhere as much. I can understand that. I can understand that. Um, you know what though, Clancy? See, that's the thing though. He does real. It's all it's realistic. It's supposed to be. It's military guys. Military guys swear. A lot of them swear. That's why he does it. Because I think somebody brought that up one time in an interview, and he said, 'cause somebody said, why are your books so much swearing? He goes, do you ever talk to anybody in the military? Most of them swear. I think, you know, I get the logic, but I can understand, like, if you don't want to, I get that. I totally understand that. I haven't read Cussler. I started reading one Cussler book. I need to finish it. The Pharaoh's Tomb, I think. I liked it. I like where it was going. I put it down for something else and I got sidetracked, but I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up because I kind of liked where it was going. Took me off guard and I really enjoyed it. You're talking about 84, yeah. Yeah, 84 is fantastic. Fantastic book. Bonita Granville past the 60s. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, the ending. Oh yeah. I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, oh yeah, the ending of that book is incredible. The whole book is incredible, honestly. I read it in like two sittings. It's a fantastic book. Only one of the only books instilled true fear and dread. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love when my fiance read it. Like I kind of reread it through her because she was kind of telling me things and I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember this. I remember yeah, I remember that's one of the few books that just it sticks in my mind. I can vividly recall scenes from that book still to this day, and I haven't read it in almost 20 years. I mean, oh yeah, 17, 18 years. I haven't read it in a long time. Yeah, I still vividly remember it. I read No Country for Old Men recently. Yeah, I heard that's good. I saw the movie. The movie was good. I'm sure the book's better, but the movie was pretty good. When do y'all get married? I think she's been your fiance the whole time I've been a viewer. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, we're gonna do it this year. We're gonna do it. Don't worry. Lots of stuff has happened. We've had a lot of personal, not her and I, but just our personal lives, like our family lives have been pretty chaotic lately. So don't worry, Carter. I'll let you know. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're not the only person asking. Military dudes are not going to be straight laced. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, Jacob knows what I'm talking about. I don't know if, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've been in the military, but I haven't been. I've known people that have been in the military, so trust me, Clancy is not. He is not off the mark. He's pretty much on the mark. I understand about the realism, but I do not curse at all. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, you told me that. I get it. No, I totally understand. My mom's like that. My mom doesn't like swearing and stuff. She gets it turn it. She turns, whatever. She just like, nope, I don't want to read it. That's fine. Or I don't want to watch it. Whatever it is. I totally get that. Especially not Ghost. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. The ghosts are not. Yeah, I could see that. I definitely this the Splinter Cells because doesn't Sam like Sam? He doesn't swear much, but he's very dry. Like he jokes a lot. And he's very like very very cynical. Cussler's Dirk Pitt series is the best. Yeah, I've got some of those. I need to read those. I need to read those. I've got a handful of them. I just haven't gotten around to them yet. I'll read the Pharaoh. I think the Pharaoh's tomb is. I think that's a different series, but I'm kind of more interested in his other things than his Dirk Pitt. I'm kind of more interested in like the Egyptian stuff, like some of his other things. My beef with Clancy's first six or seven books, his characters were very simple. You were either good or bad. Yeah, yeah, he has that problem. Like his characters are pretty cardboard at the definitely in the earlier books. Really, he's not a character writer. He's big, big grand. He's big scale. He's a macro guy. He's big. He's large scale guy. He's good at like battles and like everything coming like just tons of different things happening and then everything converging. He's not a character guy. He's not a character writer. He's a plot writer. So you have to know what you're getting into. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Tony. That's probably one of his biggest flaws is his characters. But books are still great. They're still if you can get past that, they're great books. I've wanted to read No Country for Old Men for a long time, but I want to get a hold of the book. What's your opinion on audiobooks? Do you like reading better? I'm a reader. I don't like. I'm don't don't get mad, guys. I've said this many times. I'm not an audiobook guy. I like making them for you guys. I like making them. I like. I love that you guys enjoy them. I like making them. But I don't listen to them. I do not listen to audiobooks. I'm a reader. I have to read it. I tune it out. Like if I just hear it, I tune it out. I can't get immersed in it. I've only listened to I've only listened to one audiobook all the way through, The Silmarillion. That's the only one I've ever listened to all the way through. And I'm still gonna probably read the book because I hardly like absorb any of it. So yeah, I like reading better. Sorry, Carter. And anybody that doesn't know that, spoiler on this channel. Passing the 80s. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that lady. You can try. I don't know if it'll let you do it. YouTube might blog it. Personally, I only listen to audio versions. I cannot get my hands on if you're saying if I cannot get my hands on a physical copy of something. I get that. Yeah, I totally get that. It's more convenient. Like, I totally get why people do it, or if you're driving or whatever. I just can't do it. Like, I would rather, I will just, I have to read it because I won't get immersed in it at all. Funny, this is Tony. Funny, I started reading Tom Clancy when I was in the military. His characters are relatable in that sense. See, there you go. So yeah, Tony, you're in the military, so yeah. Tom was popular military guys, wasn't he? I'd heard that like the military was really. I know Hunt for Red October was like really really popular with the Navy and stuff. They loved him. They were all over it. So that's cool, Tony. That's Yeah. Thank you for your service, by the way, military. Thank you for your military service, Tony. Audiobooks have enabled me to read more than I ever have in my entire life. Okay. Yeah, good. That's good. That's great. I don't care. Yeah. I know you're joking. It's fine. Yeah, no, you're good. Hey, you know what? Whatever works for you. Hey, there's people, they're the complete opposite of me. I know people have said that on here, like they're the complete opposite. They have to listen to it. They can't, it's just words on a page when they're looking. I totally get that. It's whatever works. Whatever works for you. I'm just Hey, it's all reading. It's all good. It's all good to me. As long as it gets it out there, that's all that matters. As long as we get the words out there. I'd love to read, but I have no time. For work, I travel a lot, so audiobooks work for me. Also, when I'm photoshopping, I can listen. Yeah, like when you're working, I get that. Or if you drive a lot, I get that. I get messages. People send me messages all the time, like, oh, hey, thanks. I could do this while I'm working or, whatever. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get it. It's much more convenient. Has only read one audiobook, but is the audiobook goat. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like there's people it's like the guys that I don't know if you there's people that a lot of movie stars are like that. They don't watch there's a lot of movie people that do not watch movies. Like people that make movies, directors and stuff, and they like, oh yeah, I'll do it, but I don't watch it. Like they don't watch movies, they don't they don't they don't engage in it. They just make it, they just create it. That's kind of how I am with this, I guess. Treasure Link, I don't think it worked. Look her up. She was kind of a childhood crush. Okay, I will. Yeah, I don't think YouTube will block it. I think is what's going on here. Um, from nonfiction audiobooks are awesome and get me through work. Yeah, yeah, I can maybe see like if I was going to listen to an audiobook, it'd have to be something like that. It'd have to be something like dry. I think that's why I picked the Silmarillion because it's very dry. It'd have to be something like that. It'd have to be something very dry. Say, do any of you guys have crushes on TV characters? Um, Not really. I don't know. I mean, I can think off the top of my head. I'll come back to that. I remember when I was a kid, I liked Anne from the '70s series, The Famous Five. You need to talk to my brother-in-law. He would know all this stuff. Edison from Super Grand, Pepper from Powerhouse. Yeah, see, I don't know any. He would know all this stuff. I don't know any of this stuff. Most of those, oh, they're not from the United States. Well, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna know it then. I'll make a video game, but I ain't gonna play it. There's people that do that. Hey, I know you're laughing, Jacob, but there's people that do that. There's who is it? There's somebody I thought that said that. Anyway, there's people that do that. Don't trust me, Jacob. There's people that do that. Bro's got some demons that need to be yanked out. Not sure what are you referring to there, Carter? I'm sorry. Red Storm Rising. Sorry, Carter, you're gonna have to explain. I'm not actually sure what you're talking about. Red Storm Rising had the Russians invading German throughout the Fulda Gap. I was stationed in the Gap. Beautiful area. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. You were in, okay, so yeah, I've heard Germany's really beautiful. My mom's been there. My mom said it was really pretty. So that's cool. That's cool. You got to. I'd like to go over there sometime. I'll have to go. I'd like to go to Sweden at some point because I'm Swedish. Miranda Cosgrove. Is that somebody? Is that somebody who said that? I make video games, but I don't play them. COD developers. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I can believe that. I'm kind of talking about more artsy people though, like not necessarily like people that just crank out stuff. I'm gonna have to plug in my laptop. It's gonna die. I'm not gonna probably go too much longer, because it's getting a little late. But okay, hang on. Sorry, gotta get plugged in here. I'm gonna mute this for a second. Okay, I'm back. Famous fires from England. Oh man, gotta talk about stuff, man. That's like way before my time. Super Grand. Man, you're really like you gotta slow down a little bit, man. I gotta catch up. See, this is like stuff that's way before my time, man. Sorry. You need to talk to see, I like a lot of older stuff though. I'm not a big if you're talking about TV though, I'm not a big TV guy. I'm not a big TV. I know older movies and books way definitely books and movies way more than TV. Sorry. It's the girl from iCarly just being silly. Okay. Yeah, my sister watched that, iCarly. Did she do video games? I thought she did like streaming or something. That was a little bit after that was after my time. I'm in bed with the lights off under the influence. Yeah, you're fine. It's all good. Did she do I don't know. You're out the what was iCarly? I thought she'd streamed. When she did she do video games? Did she make video games? What did she do? I don't know. I I remember my sister watching it, and I don't remember hardly anything about it. Holy cow, I need to go to bed. Thanks for all the hard work. Yeah, of course, Tony. Yeah. But I'll See you soon. No, no, no big deal. This is just for fun. But you're welcome. Enjoy. I'll see you around. See what I'm saying? Y'all gotta chill. Yeah, like slow down. Like SJ Photo. You're good, man. Just slow down a little bit. Slow down a little. Slow down. Yeah, that was I was too. Yeah, I was like in high school. I was almost an adult when that came out. I had to plug in the charger. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's what I thought. She stream like she was a streamer or something, right? That was kind of in the early streaming days. That was like kind of like an early streaming show, wasn't it? Sort of. Like I know it was like streaming culture show, sort of, wasn't it? I'm assuming Jacob, you're younger. You were grew up with that. Oh, okay. All right, SJ. Yeah, I'll catch you later. She ended up doing 100 episodes for roughly 100 million. Yeah, I know they did a reboot or they did like a reboot or something, didn't they? I remember seeing ads for it. My boss is on top of me to get working. Okay. All right. Yeah, you better get moving then. Oh, okay. Now you two. Okay, yeah, you're not much younger than me then. Okay. Huh. Well, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I could have sworn like I was in high school when that was on. I don't know. Maybe it was a little bit before that. I don't know. Oh, my own boss. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm my own boss too. So it's cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then you're my brother-in-law's age. He would know all the stuff you're talking about. So anyway. Probably won't go too much longer unless you guys, unless the blah, 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 you guys got something else you want to talk about. I don't limit myself on a lot of the content I consume. I also challenge myself to try new genres. Yeah, I try to do the same. I did that with fantasy. I was never big into fantasy. I was only strictly a sci-fi guy. And I started reading fantasy like during COVID. Actually, was when I really started really heavily getting into fantasy. I read a little bit of fantasy when I was younger. I read Lord of the Rings and like The Hobbit, and that was about it. I didn't read much past that, and I started during COVID. I started really reading lots of heavy like Wheel of Time and heavier fantasy, and I've really been enjoying it. So I agree with you, Jacob. That's good. That's good to do that. You need to like broaden your horizons and try different things. I agree, totally. Just one last question. Which is the next EU book you plan on releasing? Ooh, you're gonna have to. Mm, you have to go to Patreon. Sorry, I don't want to be. I don't. I'll give a hint. I'll give a hint. Hmm. Let's see. Um. Actually, I don't even think I can even do that because I don't technically have a schedule past. The next book is technically. The next book is not going to be an EU book. The next book is not going to be an EU book. So I can't give you an answer. It's a Bantam book. I'll give you that. It's a Bantam book. I'll give you that. Fantasy, I recommend Private School. It scared me as a kid. It's horror, suspense, sci-fi, fantasy. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Good night, folks. I must slumber. Thanks for the live. We appreciate what you do. Yeah, sure thing, Carter. Glad to hear it. I appreciate that you appreciate it. I just finished a book called 3 Years Wandering in China. It's about botanical and cultural studies. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. I like I'm interested in Asian cultures. I don't know if you were here. I mentioned I started reading Shogun. It's very good. It's very, very long, but very good. So I am interested in China. I'm kind of more of a Japanophile though than a China's interesting too. I like Japanese stuff, Japanese culture a lot. So that's interesting. I used to write sci-fi and mystery novellas. Yeah, you told me this photo. I think you told me. Um, yeah, you told me you wrote something about bugs or something. I remember you telling me that. So yeah, you told me that already. Photo. I remember you telling me that. Actually, it's all right. I remember. Probably wrap this up soon. But anyway, romances are hard for me to finish. Lots of times I'll be halfway through a story and they throw a romance in. Yeah. I had that experience with actually, that's funny you mentioned that. I just had an experience with that. I had I was reading a book called The Snow Queen, and it was sci-fi. It's really good sci-fi. And then like halfway through the book, it's just like it just starts talking about romance, and I'm like, it just goes on and on about these two people, having a romance. And I'm like, oh God. And I'm like, nope, put it down. Yeah, had that almost exact same experience with the book called yeah, with that book of the Snow Queen. So yeah, I feel you, man. I don't romance. It can be okay if it's done well. I can't. It's gotta be done very well though. I don't like mushy stuff. I have a good memory. Yeah, I do. I do. I have a very good memory. Don't remember that conversation at all. My mind is Swiss cheese. Yeah, you're fine. I have a good memory. I've always had a very good memory. I'm not. I don't. I'm not quite photographic, but I think I'm close because I can remember. I'm really good with reading comprehension and work, just words spoken aloud or reading. I can memorize words very, very, very quickly, like in very, very for a very long time. You told us you were gonna wrap it up soon. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, I need to. I need to. But I don't know. Yeah, the conversation wasn't slowing down. So it's starting to slow down a little bit. So I'll probably try to wrap it up here. Um yeah. So I guess I will leave it at that. Yeah, goodbye. Okay. Yeah, sure thing, photo. Um I don't know. I I should probably schedule these, but then I don't like doing that because then it feels like a job. I kind of just doing it like from the seat of my pants because then it doesn't feel like a job. I really enjoy talking to people. Share, yeah, I agree totally. Yeah, it's nice talking to you guys. I kind of just like, you know, just like catching up, talking about fun stuff. Peace, guys. Yeah, yeah. See you, Jacob. It's a pleasure hearing from you. Yeah, you too. Catch you later. Yeah, I'll probably leave it at that. I mean, unless somebody's got something really earth shattering they want to say, or something they want me to know, or something big. I will probably leave it at that. So I will be around. I will try to do these a little bit more frequently. I I don't want to do it too frequently because then it feels like it feels like a job for me, and B, I know, you know, I don't know. We talk in circles, or I do. I talk in circles, not you guys. I get stuck in a loop sometimes. So yeah, I guess I will leave it at that. And thank you everybody for showing up. This went a lot better than I thought it would. So I will say goodbye. It may be the force be with you all always.